Hi everyone, we're Team Broadway. I'm Nandini.
I'm Loki.
And I'm Lolani. So, today we are asking for an investment of under $45,000 to transform Digital Bunker 365 into a business that attracts high quality leads, high lead conversion, and accelerated revenue growth. So, what is Digital Bunker 365? Digital Bunker 365 is a managed service provider for Microsoft that provides enhanced compliance measures, security, and optimized solutions. Some of the services include 24/7 monitoring, crisis backups, and even compliance enhancements. So what is the goal of Digital Bunker 365? It's to simplify and secure your Microsoft environment to ensure that businesses can focus on their core operations.
Let's start with where DB365 stands today. We have many strengths to leverage upon. We offer end-to-end managed services for Microsoft 365 backed by industry's leading SLAs and audit-ready compliance to simplify client audits. Our deep M365 expertise also ensures secure, optimized environments without the need for internal IT teams. However, we do need to mitigate some challenges. We face limited pricing transparency, low market visibility, gaps in marketing and messaging, and few published success stories, which can slow credibility building with new prospects. From that foundation, here are the opportunities and risks shaping our path forward. There is a growing compliance-driven market, targeted industry events that put us directly in front of decision makers, and credibility through pre-sales demos that position us to stand out, especially by differentiating through our SLAs that competitors rarely match. But we must also navigate the risk of price competition, evolving cyber threat, vendor dependency on Microsoft, and the trend towards bundled IT services that could draw prospects to broader service providers.
Our proposed GTM strategy is built on 5 interconnected initiatives designed to accelerate growth. The first one is targeted industry specialization, where we'll pivot from a generalist to a specialized approach, focusing on finance and healthcare sectors. The second one is building a pre-sales sandbox. We'll build a no-risk demo environment to prove our value upfront, shorten sales cycle, and capture leads who are hesitant to share their data. The third is a flexible pricing structure where we'll introduce 2-tiered contracts to reduce sales friction and increase customer lifetime value. The fourth is strategic event participation, where we'll generate high-value leads by shifting from broad marketing to targeted networking at key industry events. The fifth is a website and content revamp to speak directly to our new target audience. This will help DB365 as a specialized market leader.
So, there is a common misconception that Microsoft 365 built-in security is an all-encompassing solution. However, that is not the case. It is the business's responsibility to make sure that their Microsoft environment is both secure and compliant, and if not done and configured correctly, can lead to significant risk and vulnerabilities. And that's where we come in. So how do we differentiate ourselves? For one, we are fully managed and audit compliant, and we also have specialized industry compliance and expertise in both healthcare and finance to cater to your industry's needs, as well as our competitive SLAs in terms of rates that our competitors just don't offer. And we also have our flexible and cost-effective options for our contracts to meet your needs. So don't let Microsoft become your biggest vulnerability. So, thank you. In terms of our health journey map, we decided for time's sake to focus on the healthcare sector. However, you will note for our finance sector, a lot of what we talk about in this journey aligns well with finance. So instead of HIPAA, it'll align with FINRA and SOC 2. So, how many of you know what a phishing scam is? Raise your hand. Okay, so I don't know how well we did on our cybersecurity final then. Okay, so I want all of you to meet Dr. Chen, our initial customer profile. Dr. Chen is the founder of Help Better, an online mental health therapy platform that experienced growth due to the pandemic and the increasing in digital health platforms. However, this success was jeopardized from a single phishing attack, a terrifying email. And this created the fear for a HIPAA violation, which is something that Dr. Chen's team realized And for the sake of fixing this, they wanted to make sure that they didn't allow their patients' privacy to get leaked. So within the chaos, they researched and they realized that their Microsoft 365 environment was a bigger vulnerability than they initially anticipated. And because of that, they sought partners to help them mitigate further risk. And that's where we come in. So the flyers that you have in front of you, someone from Dr. Chen's team actually saw our pre-sales flyer on LinkedIn and it resonated with them. Our tagline spoke to them. Don't let Microsoft become your biggest vulnerability. And that led to us getting our first initial conversation. And we spoke to Dr. Chen's team to see if we can identify our problem and solution fit. And then from there, we usually offer our clients a comparative and complementary evaluation. However, given Dr. Chen's unique situation, he wasn't entirely eager to give us access to his internal infrastructure, so we alternatively proposed a sandbox demo where we basically pitch how DB365 solves his issue and also created a secure environment for them to look at DB365 and our workflows to really understand the value that we offer firsthand. And after that sandbox demo, Dr. Chen's team was so eager to implement DB365 into their structure, and they also truly appreciated our flexible contract options with their digital health space being so rapidly evolving. And after that, now that we have secured Dr. Chen as a client in terms of deployment, now that the crisis is averted, we can just focus on gap analysis, rapid incident response, strategic prevention, and monthly updates to make sure that Dr. Chen and his team are aware how their Microsoft environment is doing at all times. So now, Dr. Chen can have the peace of mind and focus on what matters most: high quality patient care in a safe, secure, and compliant digital environment.
So as you can see on the left here, under current funnel, the pre-diagnostic report is a powerful tool. But as we saw in Dr. Chen's case, it requires prospects to grant us access to their data, which is a high commitment step. And because of trust and privacy concerns, there are about 50% of client leads that we lose at this stage. This is a critical stage where we are losing potential leads. So our solution is a guided sandbox demo to capture the other 50%. In this scenario, a DB365 expert will walk the prospect through the exact diagnostic process, but on a preloaded, secure demo environment. This showcases expertise and builds foundational trust without requiring any client data. The expected outcomes of this initiative are: first, we capture 50% of the dropped leads by providing a no-risk alternative. Second, we build foundational trust. And third, we increase lead quality because prospects who see the demo are better educated and more qualified for the next step in the sales process.
To meet different client needs, we have designed two contract options with scalable add-ons. And you can see them both outlined in the sample contract that we have drafted for you judges today. The Flexi 12 plan is a 12-month contract offering short-term commitment, upgrade flexibility, a predictable cost option with an early termination option. The Value 24 plan is a 24 months contract delivering long-term savings, priority onboarding, and a locked-in fixed rate pricing that will be for the entirety of the contract. Both plans are backed by our SLAs and can be enhanced through annual add-ons, SLA speeds, virtual CISO advisory hours, and training bundles. These add-ons let us tailor our service experience while also creating a recurring upsell opportunity. Layered on top of these contracts, we have created clear per license, per month pricing tiers. Bronze tier would be priced at $10 per license per month, which is the base plan with standard SLA responses. The silver tier would be $18 with the base plan but with faster SLA responses, one virtual CISO service package, and a discounted training bundle. Gold would be $21 with the fastest SLA, 3 virtual CISO service packages, and a free training bundle. These prices place us in the mid-range of the market, justified by our specialized compliance focus, SLA performances, and inclusion of strategic advisory services. All add-ons will refresh annually with the plan, ensuring ongoing value.
Our next key initiative focuses on outreach. The strategy here is simple but powerful. We will shift from broad passive marketing to targeted active networking. We go where our clients are, we build genuine relationships, and we establish DB365 as a trusted expert within the community. First, we become active members, then we focus on networking at these events, and we use these events to understand the current challenges our target audience is facing to get real-time market intelligence. The logos you see on the right here, like SIM and MES, are prime examples of communities where we can build a strong and respected presence. Let's move on to our next initiative, which is a website redesign. This is the current DB365 website, which is functional, but it's broad, and the technical message doesn't connect with the high-value clients who need the services the most. To solve this, we're recommending some key changes to the website to help sharpen the messaging, to position and better connect with high-value customers in the target industries. Let's walk through it. Our first recommendation is tweaking the landing page with a powerful benefit-driven message, as you can see here. This immediately tells prospects that we solve their biggest problems, and we also recommend adding a short explainer video to visually communicate this value proposition. We clearly spell out key differentiators to show the unique value DB365 brings, and to build trust, we've designed a transparent customer journey which clearly outlines the 3 phases: discovery, onboarding, and ongoing support, so prospects know exactly what to expect. The next page is a critical change, and it funnels prospects into a specialized journey for finance or healthcare, assuring them that we understand their specific regulatory needs like FINRA and HIPAA. And finally, to capture leads who aren't ready for a full consultation, we introduce the sandbox demo to invite users to explore a secure, preloaded environment. It's a low-friction tool designed to capture prospects who are hesitant to share their data. So let's talk about everyone's favorite part, the money. The strategic investment needed to execute this plan. Our plan requires 2 key upfront one-time initiative costs: $18,000 to $27,000 for website and content refresh over 3 months, and $5,000 to $6,000 for one-time pre-sale sandbox deployment. The ongoing costs are minimal. We've budgeted about $1,500 for hosting, cloud hosting, about $5,000 to $7,000 for strategic event memberships, and about $2,000 to $3,000 for local travel, and these are costs for the whole year. And we'll also implement marketing automation for about $600 a year to effectively track our ROI. This brings us to a total estimated investment of about $32,000 to $45,000 for the next 12 months. We see this not as a cost, but as a strategic investment to reposition the brand, capture high-value leads, and drive significant growth.
After implementing our proposals, DB365 will stand as a premium, compliance-focused M365 provider. Our guaranteed SLAs and bundle expertise will close the gaps that competitors either overlook or sell at a high premium. With a stronger brand, visible success stories, and a targeted outreach, we will hold a high-quality, competitively priced niche above generic MSPs, positioned as the go-to compliance and SLA-backed partner. Our OKRs directly measure the go-to-market strategy success, driving lead growth, shortening sales cycles, and strengthening our market position. They track the adoption of our Value 24 contracts, uplift from add-on sales, and reduce churn. These results ultimately will validate that our proposals deliver both market impact and sustainable revenue growth. And with that, we would like to thank our strategic IT leader advisor who is not here today, Herb Hoffman, our professors and TA, and Mike and Abhijit for your guidance and insights in shaping this go-to-market strategy. Thank you to the judges and audience for your time, and this was Team Broadway. We are open to questions.
All right, great job. So we're going to start with our first judge, Michael. Nice job, really good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. So just 2 questions, really, just around the competition. So who do you think our biggest competitors are?
I'd say it's we think that we found that Rancor and let me just get to that slide. Rancor and Microsoft Defenders are the biggest competition because they provide very low cost, specifically M365 security services, and that is the largest parallels with DB365 in our opinion. And they are priced very competitively at like $5 or yes, they are priced very competitively, very low.
They're not providing the set of managed service, right? It's just
Yes.
a subscription.
Yes, correct.
Just another question, the pricing. I'm just curious, how did you guys come up with the pricing?
So we came up with the pricing based, firstly the bronze tier is based on competitive pricing with an additional add-on for the estimated price uplift that it takes for being a managed service like DB365. Additionally, how the pricing tier silver, gold, why is it $8 more, why is it $11 more, is calculated by the estimated cost of the packages that are added in. The virtual CISO hours market rate would be calculated for the gold and silver, as you can see here in the silver and gold, is 2,500, 7,500. And then we estimated the training team bundle that will be bundled into. And then the SLA uplift cost, this one is the one that is we do not have full clarity about how much internal staffing and standby overhead would be required to hit faster targets in the SLA. So this is just our best estimate. But dividing the silver tier with the minimum license that is inside each tier, we are able to get what is the premium from the bronze base level. Same is goes for the gold tier. So the only thing that we do not have full knowledge information about would be the overhead cost required to keep the faster SLAs. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other questions from the judges?
I've got, sorry.
Go for it.
So you're focusing on the finance sector and the healthcare sector primarily.
Correct.
So is it Dr. Chen or is it New York Presbyterian?
Well, in terms of like our segmentation, Dr. Chen's example was really just to personify the type of clients that we're
So
targeting.
within a New York you would go to like a New York Presbyterian and say, your doctors would, this is how your doctors would navigate this content within here. So your sandbox, your lower tier entry is 1 year.
Correct.
A New York Presbyterian, 1 year sandbox, right?
No, the sandbox is for the customers that are not ready to share their data for a pre-diagnostic report. So as part of the
you're giving the data.
No,
I'm not-
we're loading it with, so if it's a healthcare company, then we load it with healthcare related data. And if it's a finance company, then we load it with finance related data so they can relate to it at some level.
Having done 1 million sandboxes, I wanna see my data, right? And I'm not in the healthcare or finance sector, I would wanna see my data. So my question then becomes, is it at least branded? If I sign a contract, do I get a branded experience, or is it just, like, does it look like my organization, or can it look like my organization?
So this is the pre-sales model that we have to onboard prospective users, prospective clients that are not sure that they will want to provide data. Because from our market, from our interview with like industry expert, he actually mentioned that large organizations may be very sensitive about sharing their data for our pre-sales. But once you are in the sales, we will have access to the data.
This is pre-NDA MSA, that cycle, when they're still in the sales process. So you want to show them the value you can bring with dummy data per se, when they're not ready to share their actual data or give controls to their environment.
And what's the time frame of your sandbox? Like, when would I be able to see something?
So the sandbox will be preloaded with data already. If you want us to showcase something different, then we can take a few days, load it with the kind of data you want to see, and then come back for a second sales conversation.
I just think a year is a short. I have not signed a contract for a year.
The sandbox is not related to the year. The year is a pricing structure after you sign the contract. There is no sandbox then. We're just providing.
Go back to that slide.
I wanted to illustrate with this 12 months, 24 months. Maybe this would have more detail.
So the 12-month is a contract payment structure. So right now, DB365 signs a 24-month contract with.
I'm New York Presbyterian and I sign a 1-year contract. How quickly in my 1 year am I gonna be operational in 3 months? Like in that year, am I being too hard on this? Like,
No, we understand. Yeah, so the onboarding time frame, correct? How long?
I just think that the entry level 1 year is not enough. Like if you're gonna grab them for longer, because it's gonna take a New York Presbyterian, right? I worked for Calvin Klein. It's gonna take Calvin Klein at least a year to give you the discovery, to like educate your platform, that a year is not gonna be enough.
So this is not a platform. We're providing you experts who will manage your security services. It's for companies that don't have a security team of their own.
It's like a white glove service
Yeah.
for your
So if
company.
you
So it
if
wouldn't be a near-vegetarian, it would be like a private.
yeah, the target audience is between 50 to 250
seats.
seats.
Okay,
Yeah. So not a New York.
got it.
Like
Okay.
independent practitioners or legal firms or insurance companies. But
Understood.
for now we're proposing finance and
Not
healthcare.
there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, one more question, Shani? Okay, all right, thank you, Team
Thank you so
Broadway.
much.